Hey, boys and girls and everybody else. Welcome to Hold the Mic. We are your hosts, Ryan Shead. That's Ian Sherman. Brother, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. The jokes in the green room is all I care about. That's all I gotta
Dude,
say. It sets the tone.
it
It's just
does.
everything.
And you can
So
tell,
what?
and
Happy
I'm
Friday,
sure,
brother.
the viewers can tell as soon as the show starts that we're already laughing. It's gonna be one of
We're
those
already
shows.
2 hours in. That's the,
We just now hit the go live
we
button.
just hit the go live. We've been talking.
So,
if you want the XXX version, you got to go to our OnlyFans account.
we really should start finding a way to record the green room and make that only subscribers can see that. Hey,
I like. And
hey,
this is why you're in charge. And
This
this is
is-
why you're in charge.
yeah. And why the
And
fuck
with
do you
everybody's job.
Why do you get 50% again?
Because I bring the humor. That's why. All right.
That's right. That's what it was.
Black jobs, very
That's what it was.
important. All right.
Yeah, you fill quotas around this place. You
Lot
fill
of
quotas.
I let you go places. That's
Speaking
what
of
it is.
quotas, brother, I believe it is your 40th birthday.
Hey,
today.
man. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Celebrating the 40th tomorrow.
So happy birthday, my brother.
Thank you very much.
Wish I could be there to celebrate with you, but
You
we'll be
was scared?
celebrating tonight. We'll be
We doing it
celebrating tonight.
We are doing it tonight. Yeah,
So,
man.
yeah,
8 o'clock is when I escaped Alcatraz. So that's how I look at it. So made it to the plant,
and a
baby.
shout out to Wilma for
Big
bringing
shout out.
this amazing person into the world. So
Yo, I love you, Mom.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Love you.
Also,
Adopted
special
mom.
shout out. I don't know if he's here yet, but special shout out when he does join. Juan had a birthday October 10th.
Oh, he did, didn't he?
He did. I was paying attention to him. So Juan
Yep.
just had his birthday. So
Happy birthday,
belated.
Juan.
He'll
and
jump in at
and
some
if he
point.
comes back in, we'll definitely say it again.
I see you, Rochelle. What's up, girl?
Hey, Rochelle.
Thank you for the birthday
And hey,
love.
everybody. We already got over 200 people watching, so
What?
thank you,
Y'all was
everybody,
ready.
for tuning in.
Damn,
You know what?
damn.
I bet they're already singing you happy birthday.
You know what?
Can you hear it?
As long as it's the Stevie version, I'm down, baby.
Hey,
Let's do it.
that's right.
Let's do it. I want a lot of this clapping though. This is what I want. All right.
Speaking of
Give me
Stevie, he's sang at so many funerals, and we lost a pretty amazing person this week.
Yeah.
Yesterday actually, which was Ethel Kennedy. And if you don't know much about Ethel Kennedy, go Google her, buy a book. She was a very powerful woman and a pillar of strength. She raised 11 children on her own once, her husband was assassinated. And she lived to be, I think it was, 96, 97?
I think so.
Yeah, because she was born in 1928.
Jesus
So,
Christ. That is a generation, man. That is a generation.
you know what? She got to watch her kids grow up, got to watch her grandkids, her great-grandkids. She had a beautiful, long life, and she did a lot of good work and used her platform for a lot of amazing things. So shout out to her family, sending you much love during this time.
Absolutely. And Tavi G, happy birthday to your belated. I'm sorry, Jesus. Happy belated birthday. Butchered that. Happy belated birthday.
Yeah, but
to your I had a stroke.
understandable consider. Yeah.
But yes, after that, I got jumbled up.
Yeah.
Happy belated to Tavi G's.
For
son.
sure.
Also turning 40. It was a good year.
Birthdays
84 was a
birthdays are
year.
good, man. Birthdays are good.
Hey, you know what? I told my wife I've had a lot of funerals in my life, and I'm
More
not
than I
kidding.
care to admit. Yeah.
More than I care to admit. And one of the biggest things is I told her I need more celebrations in my life. I need some birthdays. I need some weddings. Like I'm looking forward to that phase.
Celebrate things that
anything.
Maybe you don't. Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? I love that you got to see little man, jumping around.
Yeah,
and
man.
What up to you?
I
and
got
your
to see
Spider-Man
Spider-Man. Yep.
It's amazing.
Spider-Man's in
Brooklyn,
New York.
baby. In
Yep.
Brooklyn.
Spider-Man's in New York.
He said, I see Mr. Ryan.
I
Yes,
can't
you
believe
do.
how big he's gotten since we started.
Oh, he's yo.
Like when we
almost three.
started this,
Almost three.
he was like still in a pacifier.
Yeah, barely saying anything, and now he's like all full personality.
Yeah, he was like.
Getting us
I
both
think,
in
matter of
trouble
fact,
with
I
the
think the last time I've seen him like peek his head in a couple times, but last time you actually had him on camera with me, like, yeah, he was just kind of like staring at the camera, maybe waved once. That was it. Now he's like saying my name and
trying to grab the mic.
trying to
like,
grab.
"It's
He
not
did.
that
He tried to
show.
grab the
It's not
microphone. It
that
was
show.
amazing. It was
This
amazing.
is not pass the mic. This is hold the mic. And
He's
you won't
already
touch
trying to take it. He's already trying to. He's like,
Next
look, Dad,
generation.
I see what the family business is going to be. So let me just get
He's
my.
talking though. He's a talker. For
Let me
being
get my
almost
chops
3.
in now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's talking. I wonder where he gets it from.
I was about to say I know exactly who the hell she got that from.
His
I don't even need to. I don't even need to know your wife.
Get it from his mama. Okay. Get it from his
Bullshit.
mama.
Bullshit.
She got the gift.
Why
of
are you
gab.
saying it so quiet? Why are you
Because she's
saying
in the other room and I'm in the room, all right? I am blinking for help.
blink? Yeah, blink twice.
I know she don't watch the show. Save me.
See, but mine does. You better hope she don't give her phone number. Jesus.
Hey, man. Hey, they doing walkie-talkies right now. There it is.
Send a text to each other. We married these two.
What's the divorce like in Arizona? What's the divorce like in New York? It's
yeah, we ain't gonna find out.
We ain't gonna
I told my wife, I said, the only way you divorce me is put me in the ground. So
hey, be careful.
Hey, I knew exactly what the hell I was saying. You better be prepared to put me in the ground. Shit.
I think a brave man next week. I'm like, God damn.
You know what, dude? Like, we've talked a lot about my mental health on here, and it's been like before I was diagnosed, like, you want to talk about putting your marriage through some shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so we've been through so much together. It's like if she was going to leave me, she would have a long time ago. It would have happened. Like,
I love that. I love that. That you guys have a great bond, and I'm excited.
We do. It's something that as you get older, you realize, I think, that that's the beautiful part about, a marriage or a long-term relationship is you build that, you just build that trust because you do go through so much together. Yeah. And you make that choice. Like, look, are we going to let this break us or are we going to figure our way through it? And
I love a good fight like that because it really does. It gives you that, like,
perspective.
Either you're going to be looking for that exit ramp or how do we travel further down this path together? And I want young men to listen up. This is a real conversation about men and masculinity and like what's out there. Like, don't be thinking about that other bald dude that's over here getting cases in Romania. Don't be thinking about him. Right here in America, for you young little Thundercats, pay attention. We are in some healthy, great relationships, and we got our bumps and bruises, as men do. But you know what? We found a better path on the other side of all that, and we have really happy, healthy relationships, and that's what you want to strive for.
Absolutely. And no relationship worth having is going to be easy.
No, Bob Marley said it. One of my favorite ways. You're going to suffer. Just find the right person to suffer with.
Ain't that the truth?
Ooh.
Money.
Because
you know what, man? Like, money is the root of so many issues for couples, and it was. I don't want to say it was an issue, but like it was something we really had to focus on, and we really had to realize, like, look, we're both in this. Like, yelling at each other isn't going to do any good.
Right.
We just need to figure out a way, our way out. And that's it. It really, that one sentence, yelling at each other isn't going to accomplish anything.
No.
And disrespecting each other isn't going to accomplish anything. All it's going to make you do is resent each other and not even want to talk to each other about issues. Right. So that's probably, I think, if I had to say the one thing that my wife and I have figured out is that we can't make each other feel bad and, like, disrespect each other and whatever, because then that line of communication we have won't be open anymore. Right. And I think just, over years and just gaining more wisdom, you realize that in a marriage, that line of communication really is the only thing that matters. Like, if you can't communicate to each other, you really are, it's going to be a struggle.
Love is a two-way street. And if it starts feeling like a one-way, find the exit.
Or figure out what it is. Figure out what's going on.
If it feels like a one-way, meaning that there's is no more communication, like it's done, like you're just not.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean,
you know what I mean?
If
like
you've used up all your, yeah.
And that's what I mean. Like, because it still should be a two-way street regardless. Still.
Yeah, both people need to want it. No, that's true. Yeah, for sure. Boeing to cut 17,000 jobs.
Oh, I'm expecting cuts to start.
How did I not even see that?
Bro, I'm expecting it to pop in with tech, everything, with AI, the rise of everything. I'm expecting a lot of it to kind of start piercing up. And you definitely know your boy Trump is going to be trying to hijack all this narrative and
you know what the problem? Here's the problem. And I'm just going to talk about this from an industry that I know. But airlines. Yeah. When you're talking about, I don't know much about running an airline, but I do know a lot about aircraft maintenance. So, one of the main parts of running an airline, I would assume, is keeping the airplanes in the air, translation, aircraft maintenance. And I know how expensive it is, and I know how time consuming it is. And I just don't understand or maybe I just don't see it. Maybe it's there and I don't see it. I don't know how they're going to automate some of the things that are required of us during aircraft maintenance. You know, like the inspections and all of that. I'm sure at some point they'll figure it out. But right now, you still need to have these mechanics. You still need to have these people working on these planes. And getting rid of them and thinking that you're going to figure out a way around maintenance, that's going to end up costing lives. And that's part of the problem that Boeing's having right now, honestly, is that
Boeing's having trouble, man.
They went from being a leader in the industry in safety, and then they went through a merger. I believe it was McDonnell Douglas. Don't quote me on that. But they went through a merger, and once they did, the CEO from the other company ended up taking over from the Boeing CEO. And so they started going by his business practice, which was they were all about profits, stock buybacks, and all that kind of stuff. It wasn't about safety. It was about the stock prices. So you started to see quality and safety decrease, and here we are. Boeing is having the issues they're having today. And unfortunately,
those videos of the doors, that shit's wild. Like to think about.
People blown the whistle on Boeing, 10, 15 years ago. So this isn't a surprise. It's very unfortunate to see, the decline of the quality of that company, because they really were. When you said Boeing, it was like, oh, okay, that's Boeing. That's right. It's going to be solid. And now you say Boeing, and it's like, do you have any other aircrafts?
All right, it's going to blow up. Got it. That's
no. Now it's I don't want to get on that plane. Yeah. You have a plane that literally won't let the pilots take over, and it's going to crash you into the ground. I'll pass. Thanks.
That's insane to think about.
You know what I mean? I think I'll
Here
pass
at
on that.
Final Destination, you're like, I don't want to be on it.
Yep,
I don't want to be on it.
Good. I've seen that movie. Speaking of Final Destination, hopefully the last real negative thing we'll talk about, the hurricanes that have been going through the country the last week or so. Yeah. Man, this is just terrible. I'm not going to go into the misinformation crap and all that. If you want to go Google that, you can. All I'm going to say is there's a lot of people that could use some help. I'm going to say the same thing I said a few days ago. I don't feel comfortable sharing organizations because I've personally gotten bit too many times with that kind of thing. So I just personally don't do it. But what I will say is go Google, find an organization that you are comfortable donating to. And if you can, help these folks out, because there's a lot of people that, they don't have food. They don't have a place to go. They've literally lost everything. So,
I have friends. Who lost their homes.
So it's just like donating to politicians. Every dollar helps. Yeah. So, if you can help these folks out. Florida got hit real bad. I think North Carolina as well. I think I'm missing another one. Was it Tennessee? No.
Tennessee, but I think Georgia.
Georgia, thank you. Yeah. So, there's several states right now that definitely could use some help and people struggling. So, and as always, for whatever it's
Angry
worth.
Bunny, throw it in the chat. Let's see some organizations if you can.
There you go.
Some names, please.
And Angry Bunny, she's one person that if she's giving you an organization, it's probably solid. But yeah, just really thinking about all those folks, and it's terrible. As much as some people want to insinuate that we can control the weather, we can't. So this should be a nonpartisan issue. Let's take care of these
Conservatives
Americans.
are watching X-Men thinking that Storm can do something. Like, that's real.
I'm telling you, they think Kamala's Storm.
I didn't even put that together.
That's why we're partners.
With the jokes now, man. I love it. I love it.
But no, nobody can control this stuff, and that's really why I feel for everybody. I don't give a shit who you support politically. If you got a storm wipe out your house or one of these tornadoes, holy crap, freaking
18 touchdown.
18 tornadoes,
and that's what killed some people. That's what actually did.
Yeah, the tornadoes I think did more damage than the actual hurricane.
Yeah, they hit some trailer parks and they just decimated everything. The thing is, there's possibly another storm that's coming up, and it's bubbling up from the South America region that's coming up. So it's just we got to just pay attention, man. The Gulf of Mexico is warm. and it is literally creating Category 5 storms within 10 hours. This is not a conspiracy anymore.
No.
The planet is changing, and we need to be prepared. It's just more so of how do we focus on getting the funding that is necessary, getting people the education that they need to survive this new wave of what we're looking at with the planet. Plain and simple. I don't care about debating with somebody about is it real, is it not. Look at current events. Why are we literally record-breaking heat waves every year? Regardless, if you want to debate that it's happening, not happening, if it's man-made, not, fine, great. I'm not arguing with you. How do we fix it? How do we adjust for the situation? That's what I'm focused on. How do we adjust to survive this, whatever this is? And then with our building codes, how do we put in regulation in law where you have to build to a certain place? Like, okay, it has to be able to withstand a Category 5. Make that the standard, because what are we doing here? What are we doing? So it's like, why are we playing this game? And this is why elections matter.
Yeah, no,
Welcome to my TED Talk.
Well, and I like what you said. We were talking on the phone earlier, and this is it. We're 20 something days out. This is the culmination of what we've been working for, over the last 12 plus months. That we've been pushing back and fighting and screaming about for the last 6 months. This is it. So, don't get tired, don't get discouraged, don't let the flood of bots and right-wing bullshit get you down. Elon Musk and these crazy goons are funding a lot of this, so expect it.
Yeah.
None of this matters, no polls matter. All that matters is how many people show up to the voting booths. And we have to make sure that the voting numbers are so massive that the Electoral College is not even a factor.
I want to hear my man say the numbers are rigged and this is fake, and I want to hear everybody just start laughing and then just silence.
Yeah.
Like, you may go now. You may go.
Like, we're done with you.
There's no court case. You may go. I'm sure there'll be a judge like Eileen Cannon, but I'm not worried about it. You may go.
Yeah.
Mar-a-Lago is that way.
Yep.
May it not be blown away by a hurricane, and may you see swift justice come January 6th.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
End of story. End of story.
And I definitely, Rochelle said we need to stop polluting our oceans. My son is, he's 9 years old, and he is like, we drive down the road and he's like, why do people throw trash on the side? Like, it really upsets him. And like when we went to, we go to the park for soccer practices, and there was a bottle, sitting on the sidewalk, and he's, carrying his soccer balls and everything. And he goes and picks it up and, walks over trash, and he starts shaking his head. And he's like, Dad, I really don't like those people.
I'm with you, man. I used to get mad at high school friends who used to throw trash out. I'd punch them in the arm. That was the slug bug for me. I would punch them in the arm, be like, go get your trash. They're like, are you serious? I'm like, yes. Go get your trash. Don't be throwing anything out your window.
Yeah.
No, go get it.
I used to always keep it in my car and just throw it out when you get to the
you're going
gas
to
station.
go to a gas station.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, what is the problem?
Yeah. I actually, because my dad made me drive manuals, so I used to actually keep just a plastic bag around the stick, and it would hang on the other side, and I would just use it as trash.
Done and done.
Done and done. So with that, let's get on to some good news, shall we?
What's some good news, man? What's happening? JP
Morgan, hey Tim, what's going on? And before everybody freaks out, this is the good Tim Pool.
This is the fun Tim Pool.
Yeah, this is the fun Tim Pool.
We all love a good parody.
Yeah, he's.
I do like when people start attacking him and he goes, "White flag, just here for the jokes." We see you, brother. We see you.
Yeah. Oh, don't get me wrong. It's not just Elon, but I think Elon's getting funded by Russia too. It's not just Saudi Arabia giving him money. But yeah, no, it's definitely Russia and Russian bots. It's just insane. And the sad thing is, people that don't spend a lot of time online every day like I do, they don't see it. Right. Because they don't have time. They're working all day. Like, this isn't their job. So it's understandable. It's one of the reasons I have a platform, because they come to me for quick, 2-minute snippets of things that might matter to them.
Right.
And so it's just, that's man, it's just disheartening because I know so many people don't get to see what's really happening and what they're trying to push online.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
It's interesting that, I mean, like, you have to have a
You
sixth sense
know,
now. Yeah, low man came up here. I could tell he wanted to be a part of the show when I started hearing him grunt at me. He's like, "Let me see my man. Let me see my man." Um, it's interesting for you because you must have a sixth sense now because you see it so much. You know, where me, I'm just like, "Oh, I have a follower." You're like, "If it has this many numbers, it has this." It's like, you better chill out here. And I'm like, "Oh, okay." Literally feel like a senior citizen about to get scammed. Like, I'm just like, I'm that naive about any of it.
it,
So
it's just, again, I didn't know a lot of this when I first got into it. You know what I mean? It's just other people have taught me, like people like Angry Bunny.
yeah,
There's like rooms where we all go in and people help each other and stuff. And that was a big part of how I got started, was other people helping me figure out, what to look for, what the flags were, why you block certain accounts, why you don't block others. It's
right.
just it's a really interesting game. The algorithms are interesting. Twitter's changing how you get paid, and it's probably, if I'm reading it correctly, it's probably going to favor his right wing people more than it does me. But we shall see.
Hell, even fake accounts of this show
Yeah,
skyrocket with followers, and I'm like, what? What? Can the brother get one? One of them. Still feeling Friday on that one.
yeah.
It's like,
So
but yeah, it is what it is.
Angry Bunny put some North Carolina donation threads in the comment sections on Twitter.
Dope.
So I can take some of them and put them in the comment section of the YouTube video later. That way they're on there. But let's get into the funny
The
stuff,
good
because I
stuff. What's
know
going on with the good stuff?
we've got and just so you all know, we're going to be off in about 30 minutes because we both have some stuff going on. So, but we didn't want to
It's
miss
Friday. I got a birthday tomorrow. We got
Yep.
shit to do. Okay, just be honest.
Yep, we're going to
We got
Disney
shit
on
to do.
Ice. So, but we didn't want to miss our Friday night with you. So
That's right.
here we are.
I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do crack in the back alley after the show. So here we are. That's it. I'm going there. I'm going
Oh
there.
my God.
I bid you adieu.
Yeah.
So good stories. Let's go. What's
Yeah.
happening?
No, you caught me really off guard with that one. So the good news today is that J.P. Morgan has come out and said that the U.S. economy has made a soft landing.
They will officially announce it.
Yep.
Soft
So
landing.
this is a good thing, and I personally, I think this is one of the reasons Elon Musk, Donald Trump, MAGA, and all of his goons are all saying that mainstream media is crooked and it doesn't matter, and the only place you can get reliable information is Elon Musk and Twitter. Like, they're pushing this because all the mainstream media coming out right now is actually favorable for Joe Biden and Kamala
Yeah.
Harris.
Yeah.
Like, the economy isn't crashing like they want everybody to believe.
No.
Like, interest rates are down. Inflation is down to a 3-year low. The employment numbers that came out a few days ago were almost double what the predictions were. And like every economic, tell is pointing to us recovering and doing actually pretty well.
And
So,
they didn't think they could do it. They were against it 2 years ago, 3
yeah,
years ago, and when he first took over, they're like, we're going to be heading into a recession. This is going to crash.
yeah,
This is going to be horrible. And it's like, can they pull off a soft landing? And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, 20 days away from election,
yeah,
20 days from voting, JP Morgan has put their stamp of approval. We officially have a soft landing. This is the part where that one
yeah,
awkward person on the plane starts clapping when you get to your destination and you're
yeah,
like, calm down. We all knew we were going to make it. Did you not think we were going to make it? Like, why are you clapping?
yeah. We saw
That's
this.
kind of where we are.
No, it is. And I think the fourth quarter will be even more telling. So, what the numbers that come out, December, January, will be even more telling, especially with the election going on. So,
Look at how the strike was handled within 42 hours.
42 hours. Like everybody
was...
panicked, went and bought everything. And by the time they unloaded it from their trunks, it was like, they were putting it back in their trunks to try to take it back to Costco so Costco could tell them, no,
you keep that. They go, first and foremost,
you keep that toilet
paper is domestic. So you're an idiot and good job. Enjoy that. Year supply.
Yep.
Why is it always the toilet paper?
Like I said, if anybody needs toilet paper, it's me. So don't be taking all that crap.
Hey, it's a business. Now I know who.
Telling you. So,
$30 a roll, Ryan. I got you, boo-boo.
Oh, dude, I was literally afraid of that. Yeah, I did. Like, I was buying every time I went to the store, I bought toilet paper. Every time it was there.
Everybody's asking, yes, crack is expensive, and I'll be doing that in the back alleys. So, yes, I'll be serving $30 paper rolls.
Is that going to be, that's going to be our ad for our Patreon. Like, Ian needs his crack in the alley. Make sure you go donate to the Patreon.
Save this young buck who's no longer young. I am now middle-aged. I am officially accepted.
You are too old to be doing that.
Too old for drugs.
No, we're in the cocaine era of our lives. Did you? I saw the video. It was a comedian woman, and she was so freaking funny the way she delivered it. But she's like, in high school, everybody was snorting cocaine and they're all like, freaking out and whatever. And she's like, and I realized that I had a learning disability because all of a sudden I could read. And I was like dying laughing.
I'm going to need to also go ahead and hit that Angry Bunny post just now.
What do you mean?
Look at it and put it on screen.
Oh, my God. Crack is expensive. Smash that button.
So, guys, welcome to Hold the Mic. And if you don't know us, this is a good Friday where all of us are really enjoying the news, everything that's going on in current events, and like, subscribe, hit that button, smash, as Angry Bunny says, because Ian needs his crack. So here we are. Welcome to the show. I'm gonna start scratching in the next episode. I'm like this, Tyrone Biggums. It's just gonna happen. I'm gonna look like Tyrone Biggums. I'll even bring the red hat.
We're gonna lose every sponsor we have.
So good.
The next thing I want to bring up is there are cities that are seeking for Donald Trump to repay his debt, and
not a good look.
It's not a good look at all. No. And we actually talked about this on the podcast before, because I guess he paid some of it. But just here in Tucson, and you can go Google this, Regina Romero, who is the mayor of Tucson, actually sent a letter to Trump's campaign asking for the $81,000 that he owed her city for the security that they provided when he came in. And after that, they passed a law here that he has, like, not just him, but any political person that comes into the city has to prepay for their security or it will not be provided. Right. So you can thank Trump for that one.
He's something else. And there's
like he owes quite a bit, $40,000 to, what is this? What city was this?
I know he
owes Erie, Pennsylvania. Erie, Pennsylvania. They say he owes more than $40,000.
Why do you think he's in farmland getting shot at randomly? Because he can't go into stadiums. They won't accept him in anything. And then even in Arizona, he owes money. They're not, like you said.
Including Erie, 4 cities and a county confirmed to NBC News that they're still waiting for the Trump campaign to pay bills often associated with reimbursements for the costs of local law enforcement and other first responder personnel. The final price tag is more than $750,000 for those 5 jurisdictions. So just think back to all those videos you've seen of Donald Trump online surrounded by all the police that provided his security. Yeah. And then remember, so he never paid any of them.
No.
He didn't pay them. So how is he pro cops? How is he pro law enforcement? He literally uses you, lets you provide his security, and then looks at you and says, go fuck yourself. I'm not paying you.
He is pro photo op. Whatever that is, he is pro photo op. He will show up if he can get it. He's trying to show up excuse me, with the hurricanes. They're like, you cannot come in here. You especially cannot come in here.
Yeah.
We
And that
cannot
was
protect
they,
you. We
they
cannot
kept
do
trying
anything.
to go at Biden and Kamala. It's like they asked them not to come yet. Like they were doing what they were asked to not
Right.
to or not to do.
They were following instructions.
Yeah.
They
Like,
were not writing concepts of a plan
think
with a crayon.
sending in
That's reality.
Yeah, exactly. You think sending in Secret Service to secure an area, a day after hurricane when people are trying to be
As a
rescued,
house is rushing
Come
down
on.
a river? Yeah, no, that's not
come on.
happening. That is not
Americans are smarter than that. Americans are smarter than that. At least the
I don't know if
majority.
you've seen some of the voting pool.
You know what? We were just talking about that. Somebody asked me what I thought, and I said, I think there should be a good distance between Kamala and Trump, but I think he'll still get 60 million.
Oh, I definitely think yes.
Yeah,
yes.
He'll still get, and
People
probably
really
a little bit more.
do want to believe in his message. They really do, and I've argued with a number of them, and I'm just like, and they feel very attacked by me because they don't like facts. But that's a reality. That's just where we're at, and I'm just like, okay, you know what? It is what it is. Like, I'm 20 days left. I am voting for your wife. I'm voting for your daughter. I'm voting for my sisters. I'm voting for my nieces. I'm voting for my mom. I have a very clear, precise idea of what needs to happen. I do not care about all the fluff that they're throwing out there, trying to see what sticks. JD Vance can't even for 1 second say Donald Trump lost. You are in a situation, if you cannot literally speak your mind and say, this man lost in 2020, but we're here and we're ready to fight for 2024. They can't do that. Yeah. For some reason, there's something about that it doesn't work with the narrative of this cult. And that's why I say it is a cult. That's why people say it is a cult. Because you literally do stuff like that, and that you're like, is that the hill you really want to die on?
Yeah.
And I just saw this one post where it talked about all these things that you can't believe. You can't believe the news. You can't believe the Weather Channel. You can't believe this. You can't believe that. You can't believe this. But you can believe Donald Trump and that Donald Trump's going to fix everything.
Like he did the last time.
We've seen his resume.
Yeah.
We've seen his resume.
And I think the final point I'll make on this before we move on is this is also why he has to do so many of his campaign things in the middle of freaking nowhere outside on a farm, because he can't go to most places. They won't let him use because he doesn't pay his bills.
That's right.
So, again, Democrats pay their bills, pay the law enforcement that provides them protection. Not only that, but they also use union print shops when printing all of their goods. So Democrats actually support middle class and union jobs.
His $60 Bibles are made in China.
Yeah, exactly. Everything he made in China. Everything.
But manufacturing jobs, he's bringing it back. It is all one big con. And that's the thing that is Trump. He says it. It's all his rhetoric. He puts it out there. None of it has a backbone. None of it actually is made in cement. It all blows with the wind.
Yep. And speaking of that, our Feelings Friday this week.
Oh, okay.
I think it's going to be both of us.
Is it both of us?
I think it's going to be both of us.
Guys, here on Hold the Mic, we have a special segment where people get caught in their feelings. And we need to understand something. This prestigious award goes to only those deeply cut and hurt and find themselves in a situation. So we say, here on Hold the Mic, it's Feelings Friday. What do we got, Brian?
On today's Feeling Friday, we have Donald Trump dissing our city that we grew up in, city of Detroit, while being in Detroit. The nerve of this mother... See, that's what I'm talking about. Where's that shirt? Where's that shirt made, though?
Detroit drives the future. All right.
Yeah, not that little weird thing that Elon Musk showed us last night.
Made in Michigan. Thank you very much.
So
Detroit drives the future. I am going to tell you right now. I don't know exactly where he talked at in Detroit, but if it was the crowd that I think it was, they would have booed his ass so fast. All right. It would have looked like 8 Mile. Get your ass off stage. That's what it would have looked like.
Yeah, they did. They definitely didn't have the right crowd in there. So I think we have it,
no.
and I'm actually going to show it from Channel 4,
shout out Channel
WDIV
4.
from back home.
Yeah.
I used to watch their channel every time I was looking to see if we had school after a snow.
Oh my God,
So
I'm right there with you.
brings back memories. So shout out to Channel 4 back home. But yeah, let's see. I think they have a good clip of him saying it here.
We're seeing responses from local leaders across the state after former President Trump's campaign stop today at the Detroit Economic Club. Will Jones joins us live right now. And Will, it appears Mr. Trump is facing some backlash over controversial comments about the city of Detroit.
First, Amon, former President Donald Trump spoke for about an hour and 45 minutes to the Detroit Economic Club. He was only scheduled to speak for about 30 minutes. And you know that former President Donald Trump knows how to throw some punches, some jabs, and he threw a lot of them today, including a couple of them at Detroit in front of a Detroit audience. We're going to play for you what he said, and then you're going to hear a response from the president and CEO of the Detroit Economic Club.
The whole country is going to be like, you want to know the truth? It'll be like Detroit. Our whole country will end up being like Detroit if she's your president.
I would say I might disagree because you and I know that there's some really, really great things happening here.
I don't think he wants to be pregnant. Oh, we can't hear you. Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Probably a good thing.
Yeah.
How about you guys start by not platforming that motherfucker in the first place? How about that?
That was a silent.
I might disagree with them. Yeah, no shit. We all disagree with them. Maybe you haven't been paying attention. I don't know if you wanted the attention for your club or whatnot, but that's the wrong kind of fucking attention that you should be looking for. Like, holy shit. So you literally, like, you know what? You got what you people deserve. This dude literally walked into your house, shat on your floor, and then said, fuck you, and walked out. And you allowed him to do it. That ain't the Detroit I fucking remember. He would have been run the fuck out of town.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're going to come to Detroit and ask for our vote and then talk shit about us? Go fuck yourself. How about that?
Oh, yeah. Feelings Friday is getting a Ryan rant right here, ladies and gentlemen.
I just again, if you're still voting for this guy, it's like
Ryan.
I think I short-circuited a little bit.
Yes, you did. I like the silent Ryan rant, though. That was actually dope. This is what I saw.
Dude. I was like, probably good that you muted it.
Fixing it. And you know what? Forget him. It's like, okay.
It's like, let me do that again.
But I will say this. That clearly was the place where he felt like he could definitely disrespect, because the real Detroit would have been up in arms and would definitely have said some things. And you know, he would definitely not say that to some roughnecks. That was clearly some suits.
Yeah.
Right?
But like I said,
that's just the reality.
How can you say that this dude is ready to run the country when he literally, like, who walks in as a political candidate and says, "Oh, your city's shitty. By the way, will you vote for me?" What?
This man does not want to be president.
I don't think he does either. I think it's all about the grip. The $100,000 watches, the gold shoes, the fucking T-shirts, the signed Bibles, the trading cards with his suit that he was arrested in, the NFTs. Like, he has literally come out with a laundry list of shit in the last 6 months that he's selling because he knows he's not going to win, and he wants to get every bit of money out of the marks. And by the way, if you're voting for him, you're the fucking mark.
And the thing that is interesting to me, too, is thinking about this. He got Brett Kavanaugh in. Like, I don't even know if we're really going to jump on that.
Yeah, we can't. I don't think we had time for that one today.
We don't have the time for it, and we will revisit it, guys. We will.
Yeah. Because that is
what has come out and how he weaponized the FBI, which they now are saying that the FBI has been, weaponized against them, whatever the case is. Anything that comes out of their mouths, it is very crystal clear that it's just projection. It is everything they have done, and that's why it's so easy for them to just let it flow off their tongue.
Yeah,
now that the fact that the evidence is coming out that he literally squashed an investigation into a Supreme Court justice, the same one who did not recuse himself with anything that has to do with him, tells you everything you need to know.
Definitely.
And that's why this election is so important, that we become the wedge between not only religion and politics, but when we look at what the Supreme Court can do and how do we actually reinforce some actual laws that they have to follow.
Yep.
Because they are unchecked power in this country. And they clearly are corrupt. Full stop.
Without question. Speaking of corruption and Trump, did you see that he sent COVID tests to Russia?
To his boy Pootie?
Yeah. So apparently he was more concerned about the Russian people than he was the American people.
I just remember four years ago, especially when Republicans say, where were we at 4 years ago? I remember semi-trucks with a lot of dead bodies in it.
Yes.
A lot of dead bodies. I don't know what it was like in Arizona. I don't know what it was like in Detroit. All I know is what it was like here in New York. And I remember the trucks doubling up.
Yeah, it was
tripling up, moving,
nothing on the shelves,
literally towing away cars to make more room behind hospitals to put frozen trucks to take care of the loads of bodies that were coming and going.
And you know,
and this is what he was doing at the same time. I want that to sink in.
It seems like a lot of people forgot what Donald Trump was handed. And before we go into that, I just want to give a shout out to our buddy Jacob from high school. He just sent us a message. So
Jacob,
miss you too, buddy. Thanks for tuning in, man.
Detroit in the building.
Yeah, see, we got some Detroit in the house. But with that, so Obama poked his head out to give a little stump speech.
Is it Groundhog Day? It's
like, dude, I wish it was. I'm fucking.
When we see Obama on the trail, things start getting brighter. I'm just
telling you.
Know.
You know, it's funny that you say that, because I really, when he does come out, you know, and give those speeches, it really does remind us of where we were.
Yeah.
Like, and it, to me, watching
a person who can articulate a thought,
and watching him again, you know, last night, it's like we're headed there again.
Yeah.
We really are.
Yeah.
You know, all we got to do is vote. And we're going to head into, hopefully, you know, God willing, 8 more years of prosperity.
400 economists have joined saying Kamala's plan, her vision of the future, is the right path to go, because it builds stability and it builds common sense spending.
Yep.
Where they have gone against what Trump is offering, and they're saying it's high risk and you're looking at threat of recession.
Yep.
400 economists across our nation.
Yeah, I'm going to listen to them over Donald Trump and Theo Von. Thanks. But I just there's a couple of clips that I want to play from Obama. It messed it up. Last night. What was this one? So let's put it up on the screen here. I think it's this one, yeah.
And then, don't boo. I'm going to break you of this habit. And the reason some people think, well, I don't know, I remember that economy when he first came in being pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good, because it was my economy.
Let them know.
We had 75 straight months of job growth that I handed over to him.
Let him know. Receipts.
It wasn't something he did. I had spent 8 years cleaning up the mess that the Republicans had left me the last time.
Thank you.
So just in case everybody has a hazy memory, he didn't do nothing except those big tax cuts.
Boom.
And then.
So, I mean.
And I love that. Don't boo. Vote.
Vote.
I love that.
Get your ass out and vote.
I'm going to break you of that. Go vote.
And I want to show this one more before we go, because it really was just a good speech. And if you know, again, go Google it or you know, go find it on YouTube. But he really did a great speech last night. He didn't pull any punches. which is what we need 20 something days out.
Yeah.
So, you know, like I said, it just gives me hope every time I see him.
I want to ask Republicans out there, you know, people who are conservative, who didn't vote for me, who didn't agree with me. I had friends who disagreed with me on every issue. When did that become okay? Why would we go along with that? I mean, if your coworkers acted like that, they wouldn't be your coworkers very long. If you're in business and somebody you're doing business with just outright lies and manipulates, you stop doing business with them. Even if you had a family member who acted like that, you might still love them, but you tell them you got a problem. And you wouldn't put them in charge of anything. And yet, when Donald Trump lies or cheats or shows utter disregard for our Constitution, when he calls POWs losers or fellow citizens vermin, people make excuses for it. They think it's okay. They think, well, at least he's owning the libs. He's really sticking it to them. It's okay as long as our side wins. And by the way, I'm sorry, gentlemen, I've noticed this especially with some men who seem to think Trump's behavior, the bullying and the putting people down, is a sign of strength. And I am here to tell you that is not what real strength is. It never has been.
Your mic, brother.
And I said, don't forget to click that off. But that's just.
I like that today's theme was about what real men should be.
Yep.
That's a real actual message for this show.
You know, real men, and not just that, real Americans. You know, we need to stop allowing the Republican Party to engage in domestic terrorism and somehow dress it up as patriotism and use our flag as the symbol. Ryan,
is what we're looking at for this election is that it's becoming a gender issue and that more men want to vote for Trump. And that's the thing that we need to give them that space where they understand that it's not an attack against their masculinity or their manlyhood to vote for a woman.
Oh, no,
for some reason, there's this disconnect where they really do feel like this machismo that comes from him.
Oh, the misogyny and everything is very real, you know, and it's disappointing because if you just look at her resume and you took her name off of it, you know, and you didn't tell them if it was a woman, right, they would look at that resume and go, "That's an extremely qualified person." Hell yeah. So and that's just the reality. You know, you can't go look at that woman's resume and tell me that she isn't qualified. She's qualified. You know, more so than Trump.
She's more qualified than Obama when he ran for office.
Technically, yeah.
Not technically. She had more government experience at this moment.
She had been a DA and AG, and he went from private practice, you know, and doing social issues to straight to state legislature, state senate.
And then from Senate, one term, and then he went for president.
Yep. State legislature, Senate, then president. Yep.
She had more government experience than the man that just spoke, and that was one of the best presidents that we've had.
Well, you know, and it just proves that sometimes a resume doesn't necessarily mean everything.
No.
You know, like we have to.
I've lied all my way to the top. All this far.
But
it's not kidding.
A lot of us have. No, a lot of us have. But no, that's why there are campaigns. They're campaigns so that we can see them. We can try to gauge them as individuals, that we try to gauge their leadership, their ability under pressure, their speech, their ability to give speeches. You know, like we've talked about when Robert Kennedy was running, like who wants to listen to that guy give a State of the Union address? Like literally nobody.
Yeah.
you know, and then you go listen to somebody like Obama, and it's like listening to Kennedy. It's like, you know, it's like listening to somebody like Martin Luther King. He's that type of orator and narrator.
Absolutely.
That he's just amazing, and
he humanizes the everyday struggle, and he can bring it to something that can be digestible for all of us to understand and feel.
Yep.
You know, Rochelle asked, you know, about isn't Kamala the most qualified candidate we've had? Between her and Hillary, they both are extremely qualified, and I think actually Hillary Clinton was overqualified for the position, for all the positions that she had actually served in.
I'll say Hillary was just as qualified as Kamala. I'll say that. I think they're
They checked a lot of boxes. They really did.
But hey, listen, I think if you ask Kamala this, she would probably agree. One of the reasons that we have Kamala Harris running for president right now is because Hillary Clinton kicked that door in.
100%.
So, you know what I
100%.
mean? Like, so, you know, let's just give her a little nod because, you know, she did help pave the way and say, you know what, women can run for president, and it's about freaking time. And, you know, we're qualified.
But let's also say this. Some of the most qualified people have gone up against this fucking loser
And lost.
Yep. Because they have failed upwards and just lied their way to the top.
Yeah.
And they don't do shit when they get there. And even this next time around, he does not want to be president. Do not expect anything. It will be someone like J.D. Vance, who is more dangerous because he actually has a Yale degree, playing in the shadows. And he just went on the record saying that he will not certify the election.
Yeah, he's funded too. So, well, with that though, let's get on to the positives before we end.
That's the end of the show.
That's the end of the show.
So go vote. All right. Make a plan. Early voting. Show up the day of, or mail-in vote.
Take
Whatever
friends
you need to do.
if you know people that don't have
Fuck
a
your
ride.
friends. That's right. That is right.
Yeah, there's a lot we can do, but most important, make sure you do your civic duty. Go out and vote. You know, and at the end of the day, why, yes, I hope you go vote for Kamala. If you vote for somebody else, what's important is that you got your ass out and voted. You know, the more people that we have voting, the better off we're going to be, because the more voices that are heard, I truly believe that the majority should win. And that should be the way it goes. So get your butt out and vote. We want to hear your voice. And with that, what do you got, bro?
CRACK.
Crack. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's it?
That's my positive.
That's the positive?
I'm about to go do some crack. I'm out.
Oh, jeez.
My wife is going to have to find me.
I think you did some before you started the damn show. You're going to have somebody banging on your damn door later.
I love that you literally just like sat up there and just said, see, crack.
It took me a second. I'm like, what?
No, I celebrated a birthday party last week. I'm one of those that celebrates every weekend almost in the name of, not like I need cake every weekend. No. Yeah. But I like to do something I've never done before. And with people that I don't have in my circle everyday life. So I have people who flew into town I'm going to meet up with this weekend. I got some people I'm going to meet up with next weekend that are flying in from actually Michigan. And then I'm going to be doing some road trips through upstate New York. So I'm just, every weekend something's planned to do something in the name of course, turning 40. One big thing that I already did was a 40-40 with my brother. Casey, he turned 40 last year. There's a lot of siblings, as you know, but he turned 40 last year. We're like the Wayans, everybody. He turned 40 last year, and so I turned 40 this year, and so we did the 40-40 club, and so we got together in LA, and that's why we did that show in LA, was that show. So I was out there, so that was a great meet in the middle. So now that I'm 40, we're doing a couple things. So
nice.
But yeah, it's just a birthday celebration. I'm gonna kick it with little man. Like I'm gonna have a great time.
Good.
Great time. So what's your positive?
Welcome to the 40 Club.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, the backaches and everything are loads of fun. No, so we're celebrating a birthday here too. So you and our daughter have birthdays the same week.
That's right.
So we're
my little
going,
homie right there.
Yep. So we're going to Disney on Ice tonight, and then oh my God, listen to this. So the soccer games on Saturday, they're all different times. So our first time was like 12:30. Last week was 10 something. This week is 8 a.m. And we have photos that we have to be there at 7:15 in the morning for. I'm like, I don't want to do this coaching shit no more. It's like, this is too early.
No.
So yeah, we're going to that, and then
all
we got
day
it.
extravaganza tomorrow.
Well, it'll be all morning. So the game will start at 8, should be over by like 9:20, and then we're gonna run home. Everybody's gonna shower, and then we're meeting family up to celebrate Liv's birthday. And we're all going out to eat, and a bunch of families coming. So then I'll be coming home and taking a well-deserved nap.
Okay. All right. Hey, I love a good nap. I love that a child's punishment is an adult's dream life. Like, let's just be serious.
Right?
I'm going to my room. I'm grounded. I'm not coming out. Don't talk to me.
You slide my food under the door.
And here on Hold the Mic, that's how we get down.
That's how we get down.
Subscribe, hit the notification button. We do this every Friday. We have a very special show next week.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Want to talk about that
Sarah.
real quick?
So we interviewed Miss Sarah Higginbotham, and she runs a reproductive freedom organization. She's a co-founder of it, I should say.
She's dope.
And
really
she's
dope.
amazing. So
I love the conversation.
Yep, we had her. We recorded that episode, so we will be dropping that, I believe, on Tuesday. You guys will really enjoy it. She brings amazing information, but it was really good conversation, and hopefully she will come back on the show so we can discuss ranked choice voting. We had a great discussion about that off camera, so I actually hope she'll come back on to discuss that with us. So look for that next Tuesday, and then of course we'll be back on Friday. We should have our sponsor Christian Ortiz on the show next Friday. Yep. So excited about that.
Yeah, we got some big things happening.
Yeah, we got lots going on, man, and it's all thanks to you guys. So thank you for downloading our podcast. Thank you for showing up on Fridays here to, converse with us. We really do enjoy it. And most importantly, thank you for liking, subscribing, and commenting. All those things matter, brings more people to the show. So thank you. We don't have a platform without you. With that said, much love, keep fighting, stay safe out there, and whatever you do, make sure you get your ass out and vote November 5th. And hopefully this doesn't break off that part at